Hi, and welcome to the latest Ancient Egypt news from the first days of the new year. Archaeologists in Egypt's Western Nile Delta have uncovered a series of industrial workshops dating back more than 2,000 years, alongside part of a Roman-era necropolis, shedding new light on economic life and burial practices in the region during antiquity. The discoveries were made by a joint Egyptian-Italian archaeological mission from the University of Padua and Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, the SCA, during excavations at Kom al-Amha and Komwazit in Beira Governorate. Mohammed Ismail Khaled, Secretary General of the SCA, said the findings are important for understanding daily life and human activity in the Western Delta and the inland areas around Alexandria. He noted that the discoveries enrich research into settlement patterns, funerary traditions, and industrial production, while offering new perspectives on regional interactions from the late period through the Roman and into early Islamic eras. The newly uncovered industrial area consists of a large building divided into at least 6 rooms, explained Mohammed Abdelbadi, head of the Egyptian Antiquities sector. 2 rooms were used for fish processing, where archaeologists found around 9,700 fish bones, evidence of large-scale salted fish production, an important economic activity in antiquity. The remaining rooms appear to have been used for metal and stone tools as well as faience amulets. Excavators also found several unfinished limestone statues and other artifacts at various stages of production. Imported amphora jars and fragments of Greek pottery indicate that the workshops were active as early as the 5th century BCE. In addition to the industrial complex, the mission uncovered part of a Roman necropolis containing several burials of 3 main types: simple in-ground burials, burials within pottery coffins, and the burial of children inside large amphorae. Christina Mondin, head of the mission from the University of Padua, said the team is currently conducting bioarchaeological analyses on the skeletal remains to determine the diet, age, sex and health of the individuals buried at the site. The remains belong to 23 individuals, including men, women, children and adolescents. Preliminary results suggest that those buried in the necropolis enjoyed relatively good living conditions, with no clear evidence of serious disease or violent trauma. Among the most notable finds are dozens of complete amphorae and a pair of gold earrings believed to have belonged to a young girl. These artifacts have been transferred to the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir for further study and conservation. Together, the discoveries offer a vivid glimpse into the industrial, economic and social life of Egypt's Western Delta over the centuries, reinforcing the region's historical importance as a hub of production and cultural exchange. The reassembly project of King Khufu's second solar boat, one of the most prominent archaeological restoration projects in the modern era, represents a unique archaeological value, an integrated scientific approach and fruitful international cooperation between Egypt and Japan. After being buried for more than 4,500 years next to the Great Pyramid, the wood of the ship was extracted, studied and restored with great care, according to the latest scientific foundations and modern technologies. Around 1,650 wooden pieces are now being reassembled, meticulously documented and restored, to rediscover the techniques of boat building in the age of the Old Kingdom, of the engineering and organizational precision, and of the civil and religious indications of boats in ancient Egyptian thinking. For the first time, the Grand Egyptian Museum will allow the public to follow the process of the rebuilding step by step in a live experience, bringing together heritage with modern science. The courts recently sentenced Asma Zainhom, the primary defendant in the Egyptian Museum Bracelet theft case from Tahrir Square, to 15 years of rigorous imprisonment. Zainhom, an employee at the museum, was also fined 2 million Egyptian pounds for the theft of an archaeological gold bracelet from the museum's collection. The court further sentenced the second defendant, Mahmoud Ali Imam, a jewellery shop owner, to 15 years of rigorous imprisonment. Meanwhile, the third and fourth defendants, Fahim Mahmoud Mohammed Musa and Mohammed Jamal Sadek al-Afifi, were each fined 5,000 Egyptian pounds after it was proven that they had handled the stolen bracelet without knowing it was an antiquity. According to case documents, Zainhom confessed that she was experiencing financial hardship, which forced her to sell the bracelet. She She stated her goal was to obtain funds to cover her personal needs, while investigations revealed that she had misled the other defendants by claiming the bracelet belonged to her mother. The defendant Fahim clarified that he was employed at a silver jewellery shop in the Zaida Zainab district when Zainhom approached him on the day of the incident to offer the bracelet for sale. He noted that he observed a blue bead on the bracelet that was not made of gold and informed her of this. However, she requested that he remove the bead. After weighing the bracelet, Fahim determined it weighed 37 grams. He then proceeded to the second shop, owned by jeweller Imam, and sold the bracelet for £180,000. He subsequently returned £160,000 to Zainhom without disclosing the full sale price, retaining an additional £5,000 as a service fee. Fahim emphasised that all of his actions were conducted in good faith, asserting that he had no knowledge that the bracelet was an antiquity or had been stolen from a museum, and that he had no intention whatsoever of engaging in a criminal act. Imam, the owner of a scrap gold shop in Al Hussein, reported that he received the bracelet from Fahim for inspection. Upon verifying its weight and calibre, he paid him £177,500, later sending an additional £2,500 via a mobile wallet. He explained that he did not know Zainhom or the source of the bracelet, nor did he inquire about a title of ownership. He asserted that transactions in the jewellery market are commonly conducted without invoices or documentation, and that he treated the bracelet as an ordinary piece of gold with no archaeological significance, with the sole objective being a sale at market value. Afifi, a salesperson at the Hosni Eid shop, stated that he received the bracelet from Imam for testing and weighing. He then cut the piece to ensure it contained no iron or copper before melting it down with other gold scrap to create an ingot. Afifi emphasised that all procedures were carried out according to the professional standards recognised among jewellers. He maintained that he had no knowledge of the bracelet's archaeological or stolen status, adding that his intent was merely to perform his habitual duties in the gold trade without any criminal intent, further denying any collusion or prior knowledge regarding the true ownership of the item. Temporary exhibitions of Egyptian antiquities currently touring several countries around the world are achieving remarkable success, attracting large audiences and reaffirming the enduring global fascination with the ancient Egyptian civilization. Since their opening, these exhibitions have recorded impressive visitor numbers across different continents. In Rome, the exhibition Treasures of the Pharaohs has welcomed around 120,000 visitors since its inauguration in October. In Hong Kong, Ancient Egypt Reveals Its Secrets, Treasures from the Egyptian Museums, has attracted approximately 90,000 visitors since opening in November. Meanwhile, Ramesses and the Gold of the Pharaohs continues its successful run in Tokyo, drawing about 420,000 visitors since its opening there last March. Minister of Tourism and Antiquities Sherif Fatih said that the exhibitions play a central role in promoting Egypt's cultural tourism offering. By showcasing artifacts and telling the stories behind them, the exhibitions encourage international audiences to visit Egypt and explore its archaeological sites, while strengthening the country's competitiveness as a global tourism destination. According to Mohammed Ismail Khaled, Secretary General of the SCA, the public success of these exhibitions is the result of a deliberate curatorial approach that presents selected artifacts within a comprehensive scientific and museum framework. This approach highlights the historical and cultural context of each object and its original location, helping international audiences connect with Egypt's archaeological landscape and appreciate its geographic and chronological diversity. And that's it for this week. This news podcast is brought to you by Ted Laux and GNT Tours. Ancient Egypt News is rated in the top 5 Egypt history podcasts according to feedspot.com. For 2026 tour dates, check out our website gnttours.co.za. Follow us on social media, including YouTube. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please feel free to comment and share. Wishing you all a peaceful and prosperous new year. Until next time, thanks again. Cheers. Bye-bye.